Hi, this is James Maroney from First Choice College Placement, and this is our test prep tip of the week. And this week, we're going over sentence improvement questions, and one of the common mistakes that we're going to see in either the error recognition or the sentence improvement questions is illogical comparisons. And so what is the clue that we would see that this is a comparison? Well, than. And when you see than, it becomes like the center of a seesaw, right? And we put it in there. So the things on either side of the seesaw have to be exactly the same. And so let's read our sentence. Restaurant patrons in the 1990s ordered more vegetarian dishes than the 1970s and 1980s. So we have patrons, and we're balancing patrons with 1970s and 1980s. 1970s and 1980s. Okay. Now remember, this in the 1990s is extra information, and so we would just kind of cross that out. So what are we looking at? Restaurant patrons. Patrons than, so it would have to be than did restaurant patrons in the 1970s and 1980s. And so, again, with the sentence improvements, A is the sentence is fine the way it's written. Well, we already know that it's not fine, but anyways, you would start with B. Does that improve it? C, D, E. If none of them improve it, then it's fine the way it's written. So, restaurant patrons in the 1990s have ordered vegetarian dishes more than did? No. Ordered vegetarian dishes more than the foods of? No. And again, the key is what are we comparing with that than? Restaurant patrons, so it has to be with restaurant patrons. Ordered more vegetarian dishes than with the restaurant patrons in? No. So ordered more vegetarian dishes than did restaurant patrons in the 1970s and 1980s. So the answer to this one is E. So again, with the sentence improvements, what are the key things we need to remember? On the SAT, there are 25 total. There's the first 25-minute multiple choice writing section has 11 questions, 11 sentence improvements. They go from easy to hard. And then the last thing you do on the SAT, that 10-minute section, is 14 sentence improvements. They go from easy to hard. Always know where you are. We know that process of elimination is critical. When you go in and one of the choices is not right, you cross it out. Check back next week for our new tip of the week. Also look for one of our online SAT classes, or if you live in our area, come to one of our classes in person. Visit us at www.firstchoicecollege.com.